Hey, 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 what's up, everybody? This is Joyce Kyles, your author, speaker, trainer, and coach. Today I wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about boundaries as it relates to mental health. So, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And as I shared on my previous live, a lot of times we'll talk about what that looks like in terms of illness and not necessarily the other aspects of mental health and its importance and relevance. So I just want to spend a little time getting used to doing these lives and just hopping on for whoever may tune in to talk this time about boundaries and the importance of having them. I think sometimes we think that we need to be everything to everybody and show up in all the ways for everyone. And somehow or another, we tend to miss ourselves. So I want to just take a moment to talk about how to establish boundaries and what to do when you find yourself giving in. So by establishing boundaries, you want to do things like set times and places and spaces that work for you and not necessarily for everyone else. So you want to give yourself some grace and recognize that, yeah, I just can't do it. And the best way to go about doing that is just saying no. No is a complete sentence. I've talked about this more than one occasion in presentations that I've given. And it's a hard thing to do sometimes because, again, we really want to show up for people and, be all the things to everyone. And what happens is when we do that, then we tend to not be who we need to be for ourselves. So by saying no, what you're doing is you're saying yes to you and you are establishing boundaries. If you know that you like to have dinner at a certain time, that you want to go to bed at a certain time, or that you have certain responsibilities from a particular block of time in the day or evening, then you have to make it clear. And that's your responsibility, to make it clear to individuals around you that I am only available from this block of time to this block of time. I can have dinner with you at this time or that time, where I can meet with you at this schedule or that schedule, and then maintain it. That's the key. So sharing what it is that you're doing in terms of boundary setting, that's one thing. It's the maintenance of that is so key, because if you fall away from what you have established as a boundary for you, and you deem it as important, but you don't allow the opportunity for others to see that it's important to you, people will do what you allow. So if you allow individuals to take precedence over your sense of direction and boundary for your personal or professional life, then what happens is people will not honor you and they will not respect you. And then you get upset when they don't. So it's up to you to ensure that you establish the boundaries that you need to establish and then maintain them. I just cannot overstate that, because it's like setting New Year's resolutions, setting goals, where we've made this decision where we're going to do this and this and this and this and this. And then we get distracted or discouraged, or we allow people, places, and things to talk us out of it. And it gets pushed further and further and further away. And before you know it, 6 months has gone by, and you've not, worked on the goals that you set for yourself at the beginning of the year. So boundaries are no different. So again, I'll just say, people will do what you allow. So don't allow them into your place or space that you consider sacred, that you consider helps you to stay on track and do those things that you need to do. I can certainly tell you from an entrepreneur's perspective, someone who's, as a business owner, it is difficult sometimes because people will tend to look at your free time, or what they consider free time, because you're not at a clocked in 9 to 5 type of position. And so it's very important that you set those boundaries, you set a schedule for yourself, and then stick to it. Another thing around boundaries is the pride and the great feeling that you have once you have established them, because people may not like it because they don't have the access to you that they once did. But at the same time, there's a level of respect of knowing, okay, I can't bother him at this time. I can't reach out to her at this time. But be clear and set them, maintain them. That's really all I have, because when you don't maintain your boundaries, the The cost of not doing that weighs on your mental health. It causes headaches, it causes stress, it causes fatigue, it causes depression, anxiety. These are things that I know I can share, my own experiences firsthand, as well as those that I have had the privilege of being able to work in consultation or in peer groups, what have you. And then, I have had my mental health first aid certification since 2014. It has been very important to me to maintain that personally and professionally. So, because I really just want to be clear about making sure that not only am I taking care of myself, but that I recognize the signs of others so that if they are starting to fall down and fall short and not really sure what's happening with them, that I can step in and be able to offer, some sound advice and some direction, some tools, some resources. But that can't happen if I don't stay abreast of what is currently going on in our world, what is currently going on in my world, and that I am honest and candid and transparent enough to say that I don't have the capacity for X, Y, and Z. And when you do that, that is another layer of boundaries that should be honored and maintained. So those are just some of the things that I wanted to offer in this live as I continue to go forward and get accustomed to doing them on a regular basis. So looking forward to continuing on, especially in this month as we are continuing to think about and celebrate what Mental Health Awareness Month is all about. So I'm Joyce Kyles, your speaker, author, trainer, coach, and consultant. And I have put some links in the bottom of this particular live so that you can join me in my two different areas. One being the transformative leadership group that I have in school. So it's turning out to be a great community. And also the Create Yourself Workshop experience. I am really excited about that because it allows me an opportunity to pour into women and groups and be able to talk and share. And so I just invite you to check it out, share it with the women in your life that matter to you. That's all I have for this live. So until next time, let us continue to transition, transform, and thrive together.